I think we are live on Facebook. I'm certain that we are. Let's see what's going on over here on Facebook. All right, good. Let's get live. Let's go live on Instagram. Hold on one second. I think we're good over here. Okay. All right. I just don't like these Instagram lives. And hello to YouTube. All right, y'all. I think I'm ready to rock and roll. Hello, hello, hello. I am coming to you live from my back porch. Okay. Let's do this right here. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let me go ahead and share this live. Hold on one second. Hope everybody's having a great day. I certainly am. I certainly am having a phenomenal, phenomenal day. I'm telling you. Go live. Where's my go live group? Where it is. Hello, hello, hello. Whoever just joined us, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to be here. There it is. Okay. All right. What's up, good people? Let me know where you're coming in from. If you're coming in, let me know where you're coming in from. Type your name. What's up, Rhonda? Rhonda out here killing the game. Now, for those of you who I am representing my African roots today. I am wearing my turban in honor of International Women's Week, or that's a good story. Or if this story works for you, I'm wearing the turban because I'm just not putting that wig back on. Y'all all right with that? Type of one in the chat if y'all all right with that. Type of one. Hello, Miss Redmond from Georgia. Nice talking to you today. What's up, Thomas and Rhonda? I just can't do it, y'all. I came home today and I said to my daughter, can't do it. I needs my hair done. The hot flashes and all that. So that's the disclaimer. And then the second disclaimer is I'm sitting on my porch in my hood. So this is the city. So that's we I live in Philadelphia. We got row homes. It ain't the prettiest background right there just now, but we're working on it. So I want you to focus on keeping the main thing the main thing. Can we say keep the main thing the main thing? And while you're here, and hello YouTube, if you're out there on YouTube, make sure you're liking and subscribing, please. I really would appreciate that. But let's get into this conversation. Let me know where you're coming in from. I certainly appreciate you joining me today, and I do not plan to be here very long. I just want to share this one more place because I don't think this young lady is in our live group. So I know we're not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me share this to one more place, and then I think we'll be good to go. All right, we're good now. So anyway, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Dory Ray. On all of my social media platforms, I am Dory on Purpose. Um, I am super excited to be here today to share this opportunity with you that is literally changing lives as we speak. I mean, people, ordinary people, average ordinary people, if there is a such thing, because I think all people are extraordinary, but people who never owned businesses before, people who never sold anything before, people who never did what I do before are coming to where what I'm going to show you today, and they are having tons of success. So I want to jump right into this conversation so that we can start to talk about why I'm so excited. So let's get right into it. Today, I want to talk to you about this amazing company by the name of Pharmacy, and that's FAR. I always say FARMASI because I know when you hear pharmacy, the first thing you think of is where you go get your drugs. This is not that. This is not that place. Pharmacy is a 75-year-old company based out of Turkey, where we are known for our expertise in skincare, makeup, and wellness. So I'm going to get into some things about this company today. But before I go there, I really, really, really just want to tell you a little bit about myself so that you know that if I can do this, anybody can do this. Say if she can do it, anybody can do it. If you're joining us on Facebook, let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know, show us your name, tell us your name, what city, what state, what country you're coming in from. I am outdoors, so you might hear an airplane every now and then. So again, I am a young woman who grew up in the 60s. So I was born 1964, and I am the last year of what's called the baby boomer generation. If you're a baby boomer, type baby boomer in the chat. Baby boomers are people who were born between 1946 and 1964. I just sit in on the skin of my chin, chin, chin. I was born in 1964 to two of the most incredible parents you ever want to meet. My parents did everything in their power to make sure that my sister, my brother, and myself had a wonderful life. And I praise God for them because, they're no longer with us, but they laid a foundation that was very strong. So when my parents told me to go to school, get a good education, and if I am fortunate, I should parlay that into some higher education and then come out and get a good job. See, that was what they knew. Somebody say they taught you what they knew. My parents didn't know anything. They came from a time where people struggled. Both my parents came from meager backgrounds and beginnings, and they thought going to college back then was the only way to get I guess to be successful. So when my parents told me to do that back in 1982, when I graduated from high school, that's exactly what I did. I graduated from one of the top high schools in Philadelphia, and then I went on to attend Howard University, where I received my Bachelor of Business Administration in marketing. And I say that it sounds all good and stuff, but baby, stay tuned for the story, okay? So anyway, I graduated from college. Now, I didn't graduate like a lot of your kids and people that we know. I did not graduate magna cum laude. I did not graduate summa cum laude. Guess what, Rhonda? I graduated, thank you, Lord, because your girl liked to party. I'm going to tell you like that. I was at every party they had out there, baby, because I love to have fun. And when I realized that I could have fun and go to school, it kind of got out of control. But nonetheless, I came home. I got a good job. I didn't get just any job. I was a pharmaceutical rep for almost 2 decades. I was earning a 6-figure salary when most people didn't even know what a 6-figure salary was. I was driving a company car. I was the person who went into your doctor's office and told your doctor how to prescribe your medicine. That should scare you to death, okay? I was the one who told your doctor how to prescribe your medicine. And I had a good run. I loved it. I like selling. I love selling. And, things were going pretty good. The only problem that I was having, you guys, is that I was spending my money faster than I can make it. If you can relate to that, put a 2 in the chat if you're ready to be honest. What's up, Yvette Murtha? Put a 2 in the chat if you understand that if you're spending your money faster than you make it, then you still broke. I don't care if you make it 6 figures, you just broke at a higher level. And that's where I was. And then I began to do this thing that many people do. I started robbing Peter to pay Paul. Anybody ever rob Peter to pay Paul? You pay the gas bill with the light bill money, and then you pay the light bill with the water bill money, and it just becomes a vicious cycle. Well, I was so far in that cycle till I was under the water. I was a single mom with 2 kids. I was a homeowner. My house was going into foreclosure. And then, as if enough wasn't happening, one day I woke up and didn't want to get out of bed. And I was physically fit, but wound up long term being diagnosed with depression. That haunted my life for a good 20 years, if not more. Thank God I haven't seen her in ages, and she's no longer welcome here. But when it came into my life, it was very unexpected. And here I was, a young mother with 2 young daughters. I was already robbing Peter to pay Paul because I wanted to keep up with the Joneses. As a matter of fact, who's Peter, Paul, and the Joneses? We should not even be friends with these people anymore, okay? Can we put a 3 in the chat if we decide we're going to, you rob Peter to pay Paul too, girlfriend? We don't even want to play with them anymore. Peter and Paul is not welcome in my house. I don't like to play that game anymore. We're going to start getting on auto pay and stuff like that. But when I got depressed, that just added fuel to the fire. Now, not only was I robbing Peter to pay Paul, but I didn't have the energy to go to work. And ultimately, I found myself in a position when money really was an issue. If you or somebody you know ever been in a situation where money really was an issue, put a 4 in the chat, because I need to know that y'all are relating with me. Because, see, I know, regardless of what you see out on these internet streets, regardless of what people are telling you, a lot of people know that if they can make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, things would change in their household. everything would change in their household. I know for me, it is significant. I don't know, it's something about knowing that an extra $1,000 a month are going to come in, or extra $500 a month. And I'm here to show you how you could potentially put yourself in a position to do that. Okay. So moving along with the story, I got a phone call during that time. Now, my depression at the time, I was up and down. And thank God I was at an up point when my cousins called me. Vernon and Pam called me, and they said to me, Dory, are you open to making some extra income? Now, if you've been listening along, answer that question for me. I was robbing Peter, robbing Paul. Everything was falling apart. Of course, I said yes. And they invited me out to a meeting. I walked into that meeting 28 years ago, and I was in an Amway meeting. So if anybody ever heard of Amway, put a 3 in the chat if you heard of Amway. Amway was so much fun to me. I fell in love with the industry instantly. But I loved being with the people. The people made me excited. I'm a people person. But the one thing that really locked me in is that even though I mastered the streets, girl, your girl knew how to run the streets and make it do what it do. Okay. I mastered. I graduated from college. I graduated from high school. I came from the best family you can ever imagine. And no one knew enough to tell me, not my mother, not my father, nobody loved me more than them, not my professors, not my friends in the streets who was making street money. None of them knew anything about passive and residual income. Nobody ever told me that there were other ways to make money other than trading dollars for hours. I thought, and I was good. I was a sales rep for some of the top pharmaceutical companies in the world. I'm talking Bristol Myers Squibb, GlaxoSmithKline, McNeil Consumer Healthcare. I worked for some of the top companies and did extremely well. One year I came in #1 in the sales force, but guess what? I was still trading my dollars for hours, and I was limited in territory. We're going to talk about that later. So when I walked into that room, I learned that wealthy people made 2 types of income. They made passive and residual income. If you never heard about that till today, put a P in the chat, because I'm about to change your life. Now, I might not give you anything, but I'm certainly going to take something away from you. You are never going to be able to say again, if I only knew, because I'm going to put you on tonight. Somebody say, put me on, Dory. So what it is residual income is a type of income that puts you in a position to leave an inheritance for your children and your children's children. Somebody say Bible. Ain't that what the Bible tells us to do? A good man leaves an inheritance for his children and his children's children. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later too. The other thing is that I learned that I could make passive income. Passive income is when you do something, then you turn around and show someone else how to do it. And when they do it, they pay a portion of what they do back to you. Let me make that make sense. Look at our girl, Oprah Winfrey. I was actually in the doctor's office today, and I saw this magazine. Okay. Now we know Oprah, when she first got started, she ain't look like that. Okay. But what happened was Oprah met a Dr. Phil, a Rachel Ray, a Dr. Oz, a Susie Orman, a Ayanna Banzata, Nate Burkus. And she realized that if she showed these people how to do what they do on her platform, every time they did it, they have to pay her some money. Y'all follow me? So when Dr. Phil became a millionaire, Rachel and Nate and Ayanna and everybody became multimillionaires, do you know Oprah made money off of every single last one of them, and probably still does to this day, because she showed them how to do it? That is passive income. As a matter of fact, the wealthiest man in the world, J. Paul Getty, said, I would rather make 1% of 100 people's efforts than to be 100% responsible for my own income. You know why that makes sense? Because how many times have we heard of a person who was rolling along, Cassandra, rolling along, Yvette, rolling along, Michelle and Rhonda, and all of a sudden that pink slip comes, or that red note comes, and all of a sudden you go home, you got to tell your woman or tell your man that you don't have a job anymore, and the whole house falls apart. But what if you get that letter and you got 99 other people throwing you a little bit of something every single month? Would that be a better situation? Type yes in the chat if it's making sense to you. Okay. So now I know how to do this. I learned, and I'm like, I want some of this. And I fell in love with this industry. And I started with Amway, and I worked a couple other businesses, and I did extremely well. I mean, considering, life was life and all that kind of stuff. And I never did it full time. When I did it part time, I made some good money. Okay. But in 2020, right about the time of the pandemic, I felt a little burnt out. Okay. I'm just being totally transparent with you all, because the best thing about this industry is the people. The worst thing about this industry was the people. And I had been called to a job where I had to take care of my father. My father was diagnosed with dementia, and he was declining rapidly. And one day I came to visit my father, and he's already been widowed. My mother had passed 20 years prior, and I walked in, and my father just didn't seem right. And I said, I ain't had no man at the time, so I ain't had no restrictions. I said, I'm moving in with daddy. I told my sisters and them. And from that day, I never left him until he closed his eyes in 2023. And during that time, I was cool financially because my father had done well, and the bills weren't a problem. But when my father died, I had to get back on the grind. Can anybody relate to my story? See, I want to tell y'all the truth because, see, I'm looking for average, ordinary people who in real life who want to make some extra income. So I was looking for things to do, and I was out walking with my girlfriend, Nikki, one day. And I was not looking for network marketing. Let's just keep that a bean. I wasn't looking for it. I thought I was burnt out. I really did, Yvette. I thought I was done. I thought I had enough. I thought I had seen enough, but I knew I was still in love with the industry. So I used to peek around a little bit. You know what I mean, Yvette? So, Nikki and I were out walking one day, and Nikki said to me, Dr. Stormy Wellington, Coach Stormy, is about to make a move. And if you didn't know anything about Dr. Wellington had been with the same company for, 11 years. And anybody who's in the industry, and anybody who's in sales, anybody on Instagram, anybody who knows anybody knows who Dr. Wellington is. She has made an impact, not only just in network marketing, but around the world. World-renowned speaker, world-renowned leader, world-renowned coach. Over 18 years in the industry, she's made helped 139 people become documented millionaires, have made tons and tons and tons and tons of money. So much so that I knew she didn't need to do this. And I was like, why is she doing this? But I didn't care why. I told Nikki, I'm not interested, Nikki. I don't want to do it. And Nikki said, will you help me? And I said, Nikki, of course I'll help you. You my girl, right? And on the way home, I tell this story all the time because it's a true story. I was in my car. Me and Nikki was out walking, and I was in my car. And I said, Doria, have you lost your mind? You're going to sit back. You see, Dr. Wellington, the Dr. Wellington, is about to start something. And you have an opportunity to get in at the ground floor. And we're still ground floor, by the way. And you're going to think about it? What is it to think about? I quickly called Nikki back and told her, you know what, Nick? I think I'm in. But that was just before I really even knew who the company was. And then when I started to do my research, what I figured out was that I had chosen right. I am in the right place at the right time with the right people, with Dr. Wellington at the helm as the visionary. And then our own coach, Sheila Monique, was right underneath her. And I was like, okay, I think this might be my next and last run. And boy, did I hit that nail on the head. If you understand what I'm talking about, put some ones in the chat if you're my business partners. I knew at 61 years old, this was going to be my last run. And I knew I had to make it count. And I knew I had to pick a company that had what I knew was needed to be successful. So first and foremost, I wanted to know, is this product the product that I want to represent? And when I started using these products, I was hands down impressed. See, our company is known for their skincare, their nutrition, and their makeup. I'm talking about a 75-year history in Turkey of being the number one network marketing company in Turkey, the number one manufacturer. As a matter of fact, if you go to Turkey and say pharmacy, baby, you know people who know people. Put a 1 in the chat if you know, or some fire in the chat if you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. So the products work. Now that let me see, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We're in 7-8 months now. I've been on these products for 8 months, and baby, it is nothing that you can do or say to make me stop taking these products. And what I love the most about these products, that they are luxury brand products. I'm talking top of the line luxury, from the packaging to the ingredients to everything. But we get them at warehouse pricing, and we can offer them to you at warehouse pricing. So I was excited about that. I was excited about the fact that I could trust this company. Why? Because this company represented legacy. You see, these two gentlemen, I learned today that one is 30 and one is 32. C9 and Emre, they are the president and CEO of the company. They are the grandsons of the young man, he's deceased now, but he started this company as a young man. He wanted to change the face of pharmacy. He brought clean products to the market, and he for years and years and years and years, he made a name for himself and his family in the industry of skincare, makeup, and nutrition. As a matter of fact, I'm going to skip a few slides down here and I'm going to show you our facility. That is our facility down in Turkey. Let me tell you something, baby. We own everything you see on that screen. We own our own manufacturing plants. We don't have any white label products. Everything we sell is made in house, down to the roses that we use in our rose perfume and our rose facial cleanser and spray, down to the water that we use in our micellar water. We have everything. Even if you come to visit, I'm very excited about qualifying to visit Turkey very soon. And we even own the hotel where we'll be staying on the facility. This facility is the size of 15 football fields, but everything is state of the art, being run by these two young men. So if you can imagine 30-year-old and a 32-year-old, how innovative, and that's the next thing the company is, down to the website, baby. When you go to the website, everything is state of the art. You can put your face on the website and find out what color foundation you need, what color lipstick you want to wear. You can figure out, because we are skincare experts, you could take a test on our website and figure out whether you need our calendula line or our tea tree line or our Lumi Bright line or our aqua line or our resurface line or our age reverses line. We got it all. We got it all because we are the experts in skincare. As a matter of fact, I'm looking down at my hands right now, and my hands are just as ashy as can be. And always keep in my pocketbook this little hand cream. I love the smell of it. I was in the Uber today. I'll tell you a quick story. And I took this hand cream out there. I took a shared Uber because it was cheaper. I'm learning how to use my money wisely. And a young lady got in, and I put some lotion on my hand, and it sparked up a conversation. She walked away with one for herself, as well as an invitation to join me on a live tomorrow. See, the products that we have are products that people, hey, Ron, the products that people use every single day, from toothpaste to deodorant to hand cream to skincare. And we're going to get in that into a minute. But innovation, the website is innovative. Okay, I'm jumping around a little bit. The other things I like, that if this company is legacy, like these guys are not just running a company, they are running a company that their grandfather left them. So they have so much pride in this company. I suspect that they're going to do their very best all the time. One of the things I love about the company is that they promote community. Okay, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. I love the fact that the company is global. Okay, so if I don't care where you're joining this presentation from, we do business all across the world. Look at the different flags. I see Canada, I see Italy, I see Dominican Republic. We just added Germany. We just our own coach Stormy Wellington just launched Malaysia, and I'm telling you, this is not about you doing business in your backyard. It's about who do you know who knows somebody in Turkey. Hey neighbors, who do you know who knows somebody in Jamaica, in Canada? Because if you know somebody who knows somebody, at the drop of a dime, you could own an international business. And that excited me. If you're getting excited, just put some ones in the chat if you're getting excited. Okay. So let me just keep it moving. The last thing, and the two more things, the service, like top notch, like everything they do is on a luxury level. I wish I was in the house. I'll show you some of the gifts that they give us and how they treat us and how they just treat you like royalty. Okay. But the thing that excited me the most, somebody say, Dory, show me the money. Because I'm going to show you some money and then we're going to get into these products. The thing that excited me the most, because I'm watching my time, is the opportunity once again to make some money. Okay, let me tell you something. When it comes to making money, I have been in a lot of companies, Yvette, Rhonda. I've been in a lot of companies, and I have never made money like I'm making here. The gifts are out crazy. I got a gift in the mail yesterday. I got a big bag that said "Dream Bigger." It had a crossbody that was just in pharmacy, like in a big pink crossbody. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful. And I've gotten keychains and robes and pillows and candles and you name it. But that's just the side stuff. Okay, let's talk about the money that goes into your bank account. Now, I'm not going to go into all 10 ways. I just want to focus on 3 ways that we get paid. The first one that I want to focus focus on is your website, okay? When you get started, and as a matter of fact, somebody type that in the chat for me, you can get started for $5 today. Now, I'm going to run my banner across the bottom of the screen, but I'm going to make the disclaimer that if someone else invited you to this live, please get back to them and ask them to send you their sign-up link, because this sign-up link will send you directly to my website. So today, you can sign up for $5. I want to tell you that up front. I'm outside, so y'all hear my neighbors a little bit, but it's okay. You can sign up for $5. So for $5, and they're going to give you a free bottle of our which shampoo? One of our shampoos. I think it's the Revive. I'm not sure. It's not the Intensive Repair. It's one of our shampoos. They're going to give you a free shampoo for $5. I had my girl Rhonda Bowie on the line. She's a hairstylist here in Philadelphia. She owns her own salon, Salon Blue, over on 5th Street, if you're familiar. And Rhonda loves the hair products. She did a live last night, and she was telling us about how she uses some of the hair products as extra treatment. So if you're a beauty professional, a spa, we have seven-figure spa chick. If you don't know her and you're in the spa industry, I'm going to question you a little bit, but she's a business partner because they're using this company as a way to scale the reviving shampoo. Thank you, Rhonda. They're using this to scale their traditional businesses. I remember going to an event at Rhonda's salon, and she had these products in her salon, and now she's doing hair, but she got this little store on the side, and she made over $700. We don't make no income claims, but that was real money that went through her pocket. So if you're a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a beauty professional, spa owner, this might be something you want to take a very close look at. So what happens is the first thing that happens when you sign up, you're going to get a state-of-the-art website. So that website is going to be directly to you. So whenever anybody goes to your state-of-the-art website where you can try on your own color makeup, figure out what your foundation is, test your skincare. I mean, make the website is the bomb, okay? You get a 50% commission. So say for just hypothetically, Yvette goes to my website, Rhonda goes to my website, and she decides to buy $1,000 worth of makeup because she just loves makeup. Do you know she'll get her $1,000 worth of makeup? I don't have to pack it. I don't have to ship it. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to call her. The company takes care of all that, because it goes straight to the company. They drop ship it for me, but they send me back a 50% commission. Where they do that at, y'all? Somebody put in the chat, OMG. Are you serious? Like, seriously, they come to my website. They buy products from the company. It goes directly to the company's warehouse. They pack it, they ship it, they send it right to your house, and they send me a 50% commission. Baby, they had me at hello. They had me at website. Because somebody said they had me at website. That's before I learned about the other ways we get paid. Okay, so that's just the first way we get paid. Then they allow you, because remember we talked about that Oprah Winfrey money? Remember we talked about finding your Dr. Phil, your Rachel Ray, your Dr. Oz, your Susie Orman. So you got a cousin who also loves makeup. You introduce your cousin to your matte lips. Like I've never been a makeup girl. I'm just not a fancy girl. I've always been just a girl from the hood who was destined to do good. But now I'm a makeup girl. So I showed my hairdresser this First Kiss. Baby, this is my favorite. This is one of from our matte line. I'm just in my little bag, right? And she fell in love with it. Okay, so now I'm getting paid because I had these makeups on my website. And then say, for instance, she said, you know what? I got some cousins that like makeup, and she decides to get started. Do you know when she becomes an influencer and she begins to move the product, because I put her on, I'm Oprah, she's Ayanla, because I put her on, every time she sells a lipstick, I get a little piece of the pie. Can you get excited about that? I can make money off of the efforts of other people, whether she's in North Philly, Nebraska, or Nigeria. Somebody need to get excited. Somebody need to get excited. Somebody need to be putting some fire in the chat, because where else can you do that on your job? You know, sometimes when you recommend somebody for a job, I remember my job days, and you recommend people for a job and they give you a little $25 bonus if they make it through their first 6 months. Not around here, baby. The minute they jump in, if they buy $1,000, baby, you're getting paid on it from the door. okay, from the beginning. I said I'm gonna stop talking so much Philly talk, but I'm a Philly girl, okay. But I can rock in the boardroom and I can rock in the streets, and I don't take that for granted. But I yeah, let me keep it clean. Okay, so anyway, the other way we get paid, so you're getting 50% off your website. Now you're when you come in and you and the people who you bring in start to move product as you, and you can't see this, but I want you just to take a mental picture of this as you continue to go up this scale. So when you get to 200 points, they pay you back 3%. When you get to 400 points, they pay you back 6%. When you get to 600 points, they pay you back 9%. But that's not just your sales, that's you and your cousin and her cousin and her cousin, everybody together. So they add up all the volume that goes through your entire organization. And depending on where you fall in this chart, you can get paid anywhere from 3 to 25%. Let me tell you something. There have been some people who came in and said, you know what, I see it. I see the vision. I want to get started at $5,000. I want to buy $5,000 worth of product. I have a salon. I can put it in my salon. I have a spa. I can put these products here, and they get started. Instantly they go to 25%, get a go to 5,000, 25%. They're going to get a residual check for $1,250 before the door even shuts on the deal. Somebody get excited for me and put some fire in the chat, because that is amazing. And that's not just your efforts. That's your efforts and other people's efforts. And then, as if that wasn't not enough, somebody said, oh my God, Dory, is there more? You best believe there's more. As you move up the chart, because you're helping other people, not only will you be making that income, but as you hit these titles, a director means that you hit 5,000 in volume, okay? A bronze director means you hit 5,000, you help somebody else hit 5,000. A golden means you hit 5,000, that's the top of the scale, and you helped you help two people, okay? It just keeps going up. You can collect another $943,000 in bonuses just by helping other people start a business here. I mean, where they do that at, y'all? It just don't get no better than this. This was the best compensation plan I had seen in probably my whole network marketing history. As if that weren't enough, another way that they pay us is through exotic experiences. See, you can't tell me this ain't pay, baby, because I don't know what it costs to take an all expense paid trip to the Maldives, to a private island, all expenses included. I'm talking, hold on one second. I'm on live. I can't talk. Huh? Huh? Tomorrow trash day. When we go to Home Depot? Yeah, just give me a minute, please. All right, never mind. That's my daughter. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm just a girl from the hood destined to the good ghetto, as my girl Candace says, the ghetto. But all expense paid. I want you to look and see how much it would cost for you to fly on a private jet to a private island to the Maldives, spend, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 days, all meals included, all lodging included. You price it for me and tell me that ain't compensation, because baby, that money did not have to come out there at that bank account. That was a trip they won because they help people who help people. Can somebody get excited and put some ones in the chat, because it's making sense? Now, if you're watching this on a replay and you got this far, welcome to the team, because I know that you see something here. Okay, last but not least, let's go here. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down because I think that I've showed you enough. I didn't show you a lot about the products, but here's what I'm going to tell you. The products are phenomenal. We have products that you use every single day. Like, these are not products where you say, oh, you know what? I need a water treatment system, or I need da, da, da. No, these are consumables. Can somebody put consumables in the chat? Consumables. Why is that so important, Dory? Because you know what a consumable is? It's a product that's going to run out every 30 days. Can you imagine? We have toothpaste. I was trying to find the banner, but I can't. We have toothpaste. Can you imagine somebody falling in love with your toothpaste, and for the rest of their life, every single month they go to your website and order their toothpaste? That means every single month, whether you call them or not, because guess what? You don't have to call somebody and say, did you brush your teeth today? Are you out of toothpaste? When somebody run out of toothpaste, I hope to God that they go get some more, okay? So they're going to come to your website because they fell in love, because their teeth are so white and their teeth are so pretty, and they're just so excited about having a product that works. Okay, we have products for nutrition. We have some of the best makeup in the business. I'm talking about products that work, products that are proven. We have a 75, somebody say 75-year history in the skincare game. So that is our skincare, makeup, and nutritional game. These are our nutritional products you see in the purple. We have stuff like Aloe Glow, which is like a wash machine for your stomach. We have another product that I love. I'm on a weight loss journey right now. Every morning I take my Aloe Glow, which is like good for my gut. I take my L-carnitine, which is like turns my fat to fuel. I take Recharge, which gives me energy. I put 2 of my Radiant Mind gummies in there because it helps me with mental focus and clarity. I take my apple cider vinegar gummies because it helps with digestion, and I drink that every morning. It makes me feel amazing. Okay, I now use all makeup from our makeup line, and then I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm 61 years old, and my skin is as soft as a baby's butt. As a matter of fact, I instantly became a star at my grandson's school because he was listening to me do lives on TikTok one day, and he heard me say that my skin was as soft as a baby's butt. And he went to school, y'all, and he told everybody in his second grade class that his grandmom had skin as soft as a baby's butt. And then when I asked him, "You told the people that?" He said, "Grandma, I didn't tell everybody. I just told the people at my table. But I'm so proud of my grandmother, my grandfather, my grandson. My grandfather must be talking about me somewhere. You talking about me?" Can notice the difference in my skin. You see, before then, I wasn't into skincare. I was a hot water Vaseline girl. I do my face with some good old hot water and put some Vaseline. I was off, put my lip gloss off. I was on for the day. But now that I am in this phase of my life, I want to be pretty, paid, and well-traveled. Somebody type pretty, paid, and well-traveled. Everything about this business works for me. So the only thing you should be asking right now is, darn, Dory, that makes sense. You're talking about I can partner with a company where I can save 50% on products that I'm going to use anyway, where, I can show other people how to and get into the company. I get paid off of their efforts. I can all the things I told y'all. I can't remember all the stuff I told you, but guess what? You should be saying, how can I get started? Here's the deal. I'm going to take this down so y'all could see my face. How do I get started? And today, if you just joined, I am in honor of International Women's Day. I am honoring myself with my turban. The truth is, I've been wearing this wig. Can we keep it a bean? I've been wearing this wig, and I've been having hot flashes. And when I got home, I said, the minute I walked in that house, I'm taking off the wig. Now, I'm just a girl from the hood, destined to do good. I asked my daughter and I said, am I okay to go here? She said, Mom, you cool. And I'm just representing the average woman. See, I'm very, very passionate, particularly about women over the age of 50. I'm 61 years old. And a lot of times people think, I'm about to retire. What do I do now? I'm an empty nester. The kids are gone. I'm bored. Me and the hubby just sitting around looking at each other like we crazy. Well, baby, start you a little business for $5 today. That's how you get started. You go to that link that's running across the bottom of the screen. Again, the disclaimer is if someone else invited you to this live, get back to them and ask them, what is your link? I want to get started today. See, the only day to get started, guys, is today. Okay, because today you can get started for $5. You're going to get the website. You're going to get access to all the countries you do business in. You get an opportunity to go into your back office and shop all the products for 50% off, baby. You're going to have a cart. Your cart going. I remember everybody who I take on their first shopping experience, they always say, "Oh my God, Dory, I get more. I get more." I'm like, just keep shopping, girl. My first box came. I couldn't believe I got all what I got for what I paid. And I promise you're going to be happy. And when you start using the product, there's no turning back. So please go to partnerwithdory.com and just pay your $5, get your free shampoo. I'll see you in my back office the minute you do it, and then we'll have a conversation about what products do you like. What do you want? What is it? The makeup you want to? You don't have to even promote all the products. If you just want to do the makeup, let's do makeup. I was on the phone today with a young lady who, what's up, Jeannie? I was on the phone with a young lady who has a brow bar in Atlanta. Let me tell y'all something. She has a brow bar in Atlanta, and she decided, oh, I know why it is not coming up. I know exactly. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at my screen and something else going. She decided she went to an event in Atlanta, and I shouldn't even be talking about this with my brows looking like this, but she went to an event in Atlanta and she fell in love with our brow gel and serum. She owns a brow bar. She took it back to her customers. Her customers fell in love with the brow product. She's a brow specialist. She owns two, one here in Philly, one in Atlanta. She said, I gotta have this in my salon. She signed up. I helped her sign up. She bought a bulk of them initially. And I'm watching her incorporate this into her shop. See, you use this business how you want. She said, no, I'm not interested in nothing else. Right now, there was another young lady we heard about who made all of her money here just selling shampoo. So you don't want to do nutritionals. You don't want to do makeup. I'm a man. I don't want to sell makeup and whatever. What about the men's products? Can I just sell those? You sure can. Whatever you saying, if you just want to sell one product for the rest of your life, you want to be known for as a shampoo girl. Do you? But just don't miss an opportunity to make money like this. So get back to the person who invited you. We are so super excited about what's about to happen here. We hope that you join our team. I hope I see your name in my back office. If you join here on the replay, just type replay, type your name. Let's talk. Okay. And if this just doesn't make any sense to you, you said, Dory, I just don't want to do it. Can you do me a favor and support my business? Go to shopwithdory.com. You're going to wear lipstick anyway. You're going to use lotion anyway. You're going to brush your teeth anyway. You're going to take a shower anyway with the soap. Give your girl a play. Go to shopwithdory.com and buy one product. And wait till you see those prices. Wait till you see those prices. And when you see those prices and you get a chance to experience the product, I can almost guarantee that you will be back. I can almost guarantee that you'll be back because I know what I know about these products. Okay. So I'm going to get out of your way. Go if you're in the Philadelphia area, and this is just for Philadelphia, because I'm not doing a free shipping. But if you send $20, you see some lipstick you like, I got several lipsticks on hand. Just call me. We can work out a deal. But we're gonna leave it at that. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for joining on my live. I'm Dory on purpose. I'm the girl from the hood who's destined to do good. Baby, I'm having a ball out here using these products. I tell you one thing that I know as I leave the room. There's only 3 type of people on this line. There's one type of person that says, if you would just be quiet, I can get off this live and go sign up right now, because ain't no way for $5 if it don't work. For the same $5 that I'm about to take over to Readers, because Readers open today, the same $5 you're going to run to Walmart with, and you're going to do this, you could take $5 that you're not even going to know what happened and start you a business today. That don't mean you got to bust your power move today, but I would not let a $5 opportunity slide through my fingers if I were you. The second type of person is saying, I'm ready right now. That's the first. The second type of person said, I don't care if it's $5 or not, Dory. I got questions. That's my $5. I work for it. I want to know this, that, and the third. Give me a call. Inbox me. Let's talk about it, okay? But this is what I don't want you to do. Don't do this. Don't go to the brokest person you know. Your auntie sitting on the couch say, have you ever heard of Farmasi? This company called Farmasi. They say they sell makeup. You think I should get started? She gonna say, girl, don't do that's one of them things. Don't do it. Whoever, remember, the person whose advice you take is the person whose lifestyle you adopt. Okay. Remember that. The third person is just not for you. And it's cool. Go shop. Go buy some toothpaste. I appreciate you either way. Okay. Last but not least, one more thing, because this just came to my mind. There's another 3 types of people. One type of person says, how'd it go? Hold on. Oh, there's people who make things happen. Why you ain't help me? Write something in the chat. There's people who make things happen. There's people who watch things happen. And there's people who say, what happened? Which one are you? Are you ready to join us and make things happen? Are you going to sit back and watch us make these monies? Or are you going to look around 5 years from now and say, what happened? You decide. So take care. Peace and love. Y'all have a good evening. It's beautiful outside. Make sure you go get you some sunlight and put your feet in some grass. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Peace and love.